Hey guys, it's Hunt for Games, and we finished the first week with the new puppy, which, if you've watched my other video, you know is kind of restricted the amount of games that I can play this week, by like a lot. He's awesome though, and I did manage to hop on a little bit of Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV to check out the Starlight Celebration, which is happening in both worlds. I love the Starlight Celebration. It's been around forever in Final Fantasy XI. They reintroduced it in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's, awesome. It's that winter holiday event with a bunch of lights and fun trees everywhere. It's just cool. It's very Christmassy. To all my non-Christmas celebrators, what do you guys think of the Starlight Celebration every year? Do you think it's a little bit too focused on Christmas? I mean, you literally get like a Santa costume every year as the goal, the gift. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But anyways, obviously Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy XI handle these celebrations very differently. They've always handled the holiday events over all events over the course of the year very differently across both games. Final Fantasy XI this year is no exception. It's doing a similar thing to what it did with the egg hunt. I don't know if you guys remember the Easter event where you had to find eggs that like spell out the right letters of the name. It's like the most annoying event because you have to trade and like pay for, you have to bazaar eggs to get all the letters that you need. Regardless, that's not really what's going on here, but it's that similar thing where you get a gift and they say find a Hume female or find a Tartar male or whatever, and you can give them the gift and then they like, you get gifts from other people. It's fun, but I have to say, with the lower population, that is literally the first thing that kind of starts to go, is when you specifically need certain races or certain gender combos for any kind of event. That's what gets hit the hardest. Luckily, though, that's not all that's going on. You also get to, there's like goblins that are wandering the three main cities, and they've stolen like furniture gifts. I'm not really sure. It was kind of hard to follow. The Moogles kind of jump around in conversation, and the goblins obviously don't make any sense. But this ended up being a little bit of a pricey aspect, and as usual, took way longer than it should have. You have to buy goblin foods from the auction house and trade them to the goblins, and then they like you for a second. If you talk to them, they give you the gift. And you've got to find out who the gift was supposed to go to and deliver it. But if any of the goblins see you as you're running around trying to deliver these gifts, they'll steal it back. The trick with the Final Fantasy XI events is they've always promoted social interaction over everything else. They very rarely are something that you can do alone. They're not difficult per se, but they usually require a bunch of people to be done successfully, or at least easily. Hell, the Moogle even suggests, hey, if you're having trouble, maybe you should grab a couple friends, it might make it easier. And hell, the quest is designed so you need to buy food off the auction house, which somebody has to craft, somebody has to make that food. Oftentimes these events were little opportunities for the entrepreneurial players who like were crafting up specific requirements for these quests and selling them at maybe a little more than they probably needed to be sold for on a regular basis. Supply and demand, I mean, But coming back to the point, Final Fantasy XI always heavily promoted social interaction, even in these fun little events that, oftentimes I made like friends in these events. It was fun to get the Link Shell together and do these stupid things just so you could get like a little reindeer hat, or my favorite, the dream cap, I think it was called, that dispensed little ginger cookies. I wore that thing on level 1 jobs forever. I mean, those cookies were actually like pretty good at low level, but this differs very strongly from Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV, you go through this fun little storyline, obviously in the same vein of all the other quests that are done in Final Fantasy XIV, where it directs you where to go very heavily. This story follows a bunch of sick kids in an award that you kind of help out a few of them, and the one is being a bad kid and you're not really sure why. It's a cute little story, and like most Final Fantasy XIV stories, I actually really enjoyed it. But coming to the main point, there's absolutely no reason to involve anybody else the entire storyline. I mean, it's totally solo, like most of the quests in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not saying it was a bad time. I actually really enjoyed it, and it was nice, quick, and I felt it like was a nice little holiday spirit kind of quest that got me an awesome new winter Santa coat. It's really good. Bringing me to my main question, what do you guys think? Which is the better option here for events like this? I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna be pretty biased, as I usually am, because many of you played only one or the other game, and you played it for a long time. I think both are fun in their own right, and I'm actually playing a little bit of Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV side by side right now, although not much of either this week due to the puppers. But let me know. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you prefer the more socially interactive group setting, but less focused? There's not much of a story going on. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's a little just looser in terms of storyline with the Final Fantasy XI focus. There's fun rewards, and it's more meant to draw a crowd and have just like a goofy event going on that gets you away from the grind of the day-to-day for like a couple hours. Or do you prefer the Final Fantasy XIV? Not too long, but a nice little focused story to give you a nice little, holiday spirit-lifting kind of storyline and fun rewards from that as well. with the focus meant to drive you into similar areas as other players to see the fun decorations that are meant for the event, and usually get some sort of reward in terms of a nice little unique gear piece. Sometimes decorations for a house that I got, that was pretty cool. I actually really liked it. Some seasons are more group focused than others for Final Fantasy XIV, but this one is definitely in the very single player side of the story. So I wanted to see what you guys thought and get your thoughts on both. Are either you doing any of these either the Starlight? Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Any of you doing either of these Starlight Celebrations in Final Fantasy 11 or 14 right now? And let me know which one's your favorite if you happen to do both. I bet there are few people that are playing both right now, but I doubt many. That's 2 subscriptions. That's tough. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I hope you all have great holidays, and thanks for sticking around. Like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you're new. I've got plenty of videos coming each week, and a lot of them are going to be way more focused again once I get a little more free time back from the puppy who's getting trained right now, so it takes up a lot of the time, which is great. It's awesome, but definitely takes away from the gaming time. But anyways, thanks for sticking around this long, and thanks for watching. Also, guess one more reason why I'm super excited about this event. The Hunt for Games icon, little Tartar Chiroy, is wearing the Dreamer's cap and Dreamer's body piece. It's amazing. I always love this stuff. I love putting it on as soon as the holiday little music started kicking in and the Starlight Celebration kicked off every year. So, happy holidays, everybody, and seriously, thanks for watching.